Alright, so we got another project. Sorry about the wind noise. It is extremely windy here today. 20-25 mile an hour winds. So apologize for the wind noise. This is a 2016 or 2017 Silverado. Crew cab has the, I think this is the IO5 or IO6 radio, and then also has Bose. Gonna be putting a subwoofer and an amplifier in for the customer. They have, let's see what they got. They have a Skar, looks like a 1200.1. They've got a Skar amplifier wiring kit they've brought. And I don't know who makes this. I assume Skar probably as well. I don't see a name on it. Oh, yep, Skar. Actually, it looks like it was damaged in shipping or something. And then I got them to get, you know, for us, we use pack interfaces a lot of times. So it's just a pack interface to interface with the factory Bose system. Gives me RCA pre-outs off the factory radio. There's many different ways to do this. There's loop harnesses. I mean, there's all kind of different ways to do these different systems. There's many different radio modules from IO4 to IO5 to IO6. So you just need to determine what your specific situation is, and then utilize an appropriate adapter or harness for you. I'm gonna go ahead and start by pulling panels. Let's get it ready to go. This rear seat is gonna have to come out. The amplifier is gonna have to go behind the rear seat. They make a bunch of different you know, adapters and brackets and panels and things for mounting amplifiers on the back of this. So you know, if you're interested in that, there's many companies out there that make those. Power wire is going to go down the driver's side. RCA turn on is going to come down the passenger side. So I pretty much got to pull both drivers and passengers, door sills, kick panels, those things. Up under the hood, we're going to use an existing grommet. I'll show you where that's at. There's many videos on that, but I'll show you where that's at. And that'll get us to get this amp installed. Alright, since we're on this side, we'll go ahead and we'll start pulling up the sills on this side. So basically just get your hands underneath them. There's some clips on them, and then they come up pretty easy. Pull those out like that. I'm gonna unhook these, but I'm not gonna pull them all the way out the vehicle, the quarter panels. I just need to run wires under them, so there's no sense of pulling them all the way out the vehicle. Then I'll pull the front sill out, same thing, and then I'll do the same thing on the other side, because like I said, we're gonna have wires going on both sides. It's just easier to get both sides done at the same time. Alright, so went ahead and I pulled the sills all the way around like we talked about. Then I went ahead and I unclipped this face piece here. There's tons of panel popping tools on the market, but I highly recommend one that has the, you know, 90-degree or maybe a little more than 90-degree bend in it, because it allows you to get up underneath and pull back, so you don't do any damage to this outside face anywhere. You know, there's a bunch of videos that talk about how to pull that off. Just be mindful, sometimes these clips will stay. If one stays, you need to take it off and put it back. I mean, there's really no way around it. It is what it is. And then if you have the heated seats, you'll have some clips here that need to come off, or some plugs that need to come off, and then your whole trim bezel will come off. After that, you've got 4 7mm 9/32, whatever you want to go with, screws that have to come out, and then the whole radio assembly will come out as one, and that's where we're trying to get. We're trying to get behind the radio so we can put the pack module in. So got the back seat, at least this side, pulled. Got our mat in the back trimmed out so we gotta get the amp mounted. Got these sills pulled up, just ready to work. What I'm doing now is I went ahead and I cut that nub off of that grommet that we were talking about, and I'm passing a pitch through it. It's kind of a bad spot to get to, but there's a cover here for these wire harnesses. There's 3 bolts in there. There's one at the bottom, one on the side, one up on the top. I'm not gonna be able to get you in there and me in there, but basically what I'm doing is I'm unbolting those bolts just to move it out of the way. We don't unhook everything, we just pick it up, move it over, and then you could fish your wire through there, and it's going to come behind that box and come down the side and then work your way to the back. Alright, so we got the power wire pulled through here, and I just use you know, a plastic pull thing. If you try to stick something metal through there, you know, you're really close to that wire harness, so you know, you can accidentally pierce a wire in that wire harness, and that would be a mess, trying to repair inside of that harness. So this wire is going to run up, it's going to follow this factory harness across over to the battery. We will protect it with, you know, wire protection the whole way. We'll do that after. What we're going to do next is get our radio out, that way we can get the pack unit plugged in, connected, and we'll run that down the other side. Most of the time when I run these, I usually pull the glove box. It's just so much faster than trying to fish that wire all behind the dash. We may or may not do that. It just depends on how I feel. It's like 6 torque screws, maybe T20s or something like that, so it doesn't take but a second to pull, so we may do that just to make it quicker. the glove box. Like I said, it's 4 T15, you know, torque screws, a couple clips. It's very easy to get it out of the way. I can run my RCA's remote turn on wire down here and then catch down to the kick panel and head to the back. It's just much easier than trying to pull all this down and fish it around and all those things. So that's typically how I do it. Sometimes, you know, pulling some things out seems a little slower, but in the end it actually makes it faster. So that's the next step. We're going to run RCA's and remote turn on this way. We'll come down the kick panel. We're going to go inside of this factory wire chase. So these just have some clips every so often, so you can just get yourself a pick kind of right underneath there and pop that out and then lift up. I can't do it one hand, but lift those up and then you can get inside of these factory trays. That way it's hidden very nice. All right, so we went ahead and we got these wires ran this way and around. I pulled the seat. It was just easier than fishing wires behind the mat. Got them coming around this way. Got them following this harness down. I've got them inside of that chase there, and they run down this way. Same thing here. They follow the chase up. They come out here, and then they go up, and they go behind the dash where the pack's gonna go. Working on the power going that way now. Tidying that up. Just you know, putting zip ties, cleaning it up, putting the covers back on. Then I'm going to work on getting it across on the hood. Then we should be getting pretty close to setting the pack up and getting this thing ready to go. Alright, so got this battery cable sorted out. This is where it goes through. I don't know if you can see, but that's that hole in that grommet. So I just ran it up with this factory harness. Put some heat, high heat, braided loom on it. I don't care for this, like this stuff that you buy or that comes in the kits is really thin and really flimsy. And crossing over the motor there, I'd rather have some high heat braided stuff on it. So it comes across. There's really not a good place to put this big fuse holder. You know, this is what came in that kit. You know, if I'd have had like a mini A&L or a mini AGU fuse, I mean, this is only a 100 amp fuse, so you know, we could have got away with that. I would have put it, you know, further over here, kind of out of the way. It's still within about a foot of the battery, so I'm still comfortable with that. But like I said, it really wasn't a great place to put it. Came in on this stud on the box. Now, you know, there are other studs here, so this stud here is fused at, you know, only, I don't even know, it doesn't say. The whole fuse is 175 amps. So I decided to go under this block, so you basically got a 4 gauge all the way to the battery. I don't usually go here. This usually backs off. There is a 400 amp lug here. They actually make a kit to come from here out, but you know, in this application for 100 amp, I don't see the need for all of that. So now that we got the battery tidied up, I'm gonna go get the radio back in, the factory radio back in, and then we will power it up, turn it on, and start setting gains.